All right, today we are diving into a book that has, no joke, completely shifted how millions of people see their lives. Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. This isn't just another self-help book. It's really a guide to finding real peace and shedding anxiety, not by chasing some future goal, but by tapping into what's right here, right now.
So let's just jump right in with a question that gets to the absolute core of this whole thing. And I mean it. Take a second and ask yourself, what problem do you have at this exact moment? I'm not talking about tomorrow's meeting or what happened yesterday, but right here, in this split second. The whole point Tolle makes is that if you really look, problems almost never exist in the actual present moment. They're just stories we're telling ourselves. And that question, it leads us straight to what Tolle identifies as the main source of our unhappiness. He calls it the time trap, and well, it's pretty much where all our suffering is born.
I mean, how true does this feel, right? It's so simple. Our minds are like these little time machines that are constantly jumping back to things we regret or launching forward into things we're scared of. And while our mind is busy doing all that time traveling, we completely miss out on the only thing that's actually real. This moment, right now.
Now, to be super clear, he's not saying that clock time is bad, using a calendar to set appointments, that's obviously useful and practical. He's talking about psychological time. That's the mental habit of constantly living in a past that is completely gone or a future that doesn't even exist yet. That, he says, is toxic. It's the root of all our stress.
So what is it that's trapping us in this psychological time? Well, it's something we're all a little too familiar with. It's that constant, non-stop voice chattering away inside our own heads.
Oh, you know the one. It's that little narrator that just never, ever shuts up. It's got an opinion on everything. It worries about every little thing. It judges you. It judges other people. And according to Toll, the single biggest mistake we all make is believing that this stream of thoughts is actually who we are.
And this, right here, this is the big aha moment. This is the shift that changes everything. The first real step to freedom is realizing you are not the thinker. You are the awareness behind the thinker. You're not the voice. You're the silent witness that can hear the voice. The second you realize you can watch your thoughts without getting tangled up in them, that's when you start to find your way out of the time trap.
Now, that little voice in the head, it often has a very powerful, very painful partner in crime. Tolle calls it the pain body. The best way to think of it is like this collection of all your old, unresolved emotional pain that's just living inside you. And when it gets triggered, it wakes up and it feeds on negative thoughts, making you relive old pain over and over and over again.
So how in the world do you deal with this pain body? Well, you don't fight it. Fighting it just gives it more energy. Instead, you shine the light of your conscious attention, your presence, right on it. It's like the pain body is a shadow. It literally can't survive in the light of your awareness. When you just watch it without judging it, it can't feed and it starts to dissolve.
And this brings us to the really simple but incredibly powerful antidote for both that restless mind and that hungry pain body. The solution is always, always the same, coming back to the now.
It's a concept that's so simple it's almost radical. Your entire life, everything that has ever happened or ever will happen, only takes place in one single moment, this one. The past is just a memory trace of former nows. The future is just an imagined now. But everything real happens right here.
And that is why the present moment is your superpower. Problems, the way our minds create them, need time to survive. They need the fuel of past regret, I should have, and future fear, what if, to even exist. When you pull yourself into the pure, simple reality of this moment, they lose all their power.
Okay, so this all sounds really good, right? But how do we actually do it? I mean, how do we get out of our heads and into the now, especially when life feels totally chaotic? Let's get into some really practical tools. Think of these as 4 simple gateways back to the present. You can just watch your thoughts like you're watching clouds in the sky. Or you can just take one single conscious breath, feel the air come in and go out. That instantly pulls you back. You can feel the aliveness in your body. Or you can just bring your full attention to something simple like washing the dishes, really feeling the warm water on your hands.
Let's actually try that last one, right now. Just for a second, if you can, bring your attention to your hands. Don't look at them, just feel them from the inside. Can you feel that subtle tingling, that energy, that aliveness? That is your inner body, and it is always there, waiting for you. It's a powerful anchor to the now that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Now, being able to stay present like this, it opens the door to another huge concept for getting rid of our inner suffering. And it's a big one, the idea of surrender.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. The word surrender can sound really passive, right? Like you're just giving up or letting people walk all over you. But that is not what Tole means. It's about a wise inner yes to what is already happening. It's about ending the war you're waging against reality inside your own head.
And this traffic jam example just makes it so clear. Imagine you're stuck in traffic. Resistance is you, fuming, hitting the steering wheel, creating all this stress inside yourself that does absolutely nothing to change the situation. Acceptance, or surrender, is just acknowledging, okay, this is the situation, I am in traffic. And from that calm place, you can then decide what to do next, without all that negative emotional energy clouding your judgment.
And this doesn't just work for traffic jams, of course. When you bring presence into your relationships, it can completely transform them. Suddenly, you stop seeing people through the filter of your past stories about them. You actually listen to them, instead of just planning what you're going to say next. You accept them for who they are in this moment, and that allows for a much, much deeper connection to form.
You know, this brings that huge, kind of intimidating concept of enlightenment right down to earth. Tole redefines it. It's not some far-off, superhuman goal you have to strive for. It's actually your natural state of being. It's what's left when you're free from the constant noise of your mind. It's just being fully present.
So, as we wrap up, let's just go over the key takeaways. This is your toolkit. First, observe that voice in your head. You are the watcher, not the voice. Second, use your breath as an anchor to pull you back to the present. Third, accept each moment as it is without arguing with reality. And fourth, feel the life, the energy inside your own body. These aren't complicated things to do. They're simple shifts you can make anytime. Which brings us to our last thought, and it kind of brings us full circle. We started by asking your mind a question about your problems. We're going to end by asking you, your being, a question about your aliveness. Can you feel it right now? Because in that feeling, in this very moment, that's where all your real power is.